Hi, honeybees. Welcome back to L&L. Honey, come on, homestead. My name is Lovey, and I'm going to show you 7 ways or 7 free things you can use around your home to build your compost inside your garden bed. So if you want to know how to do that, stay tuned. Hey y'all, so y'all remember me doing this compost? So this is what I've been doing. I've been turning this trash can, and I'm not going all the way down because I do not want to kill no worms or anything, but I've been throwing scraps in here, and I've just been turning it up a little bit, and you can tell that these worms have been breaking things down over in here, and I'm just building my compost. That's all I'm doing is building my compost, and I'm going to take you down in here so you can see what I'm talking about, because it don't take long. It don't take long. It has dropped. I had it filled up, and you can actually see what it's looking like in here. And I'm going to take you down there so you can see. Okay, see, it has broke down. And it's breaking down. It's continuing breaking down. I have scraps in here, and I had this thing filled up to the top. We've been getting a lot of rain. We've got holes in here, and I know there's worms breaking things down. And why? Because when I pull this up underneath it, you will see they have went back in, because I disturbed it earlier, but they had a bunch of worms on the bottom of this, y'all. And I didn't get there fast enough. But they're in here, and like I said, it was filled up to the top, and I'm still working on it. I gotta throw some more scraps in there so that way I can continue on turning it to make my rich soil, and I will keep you updated on this. So let's get started so I can show you what I'm getting ready to do to these beds. I'm gonna need some containers, jugs, F-sorts, pop bottles, whatever. You can use a big bucket if you want to. It's all up to you. You're gonna need a tool. That's it. Just a tool. 1/2 inch. I use this. Whatever that's called. Y'all know. But a 1/2 inch. Gloves, because you're gonna be in that dirt. And a shovel. First things first, if you got a container, I have a bunch of these containers, okay? You're gonna need a container. This container is gonna be your best friend, and it's gonna be your garden's best friend too. And this is what I mean by that. You're gonna drill you some holes. You're gonna need a drill. I don't know what this is called, but y'all know what it is. You need about a 1/2 inch. And you're gonna drill you some holes, okay? I'm gonna make them a little bit bigger, okay? And I'm gonna show you what it looks like. And you wanna make sure this is cleaned out really good. These holes don't have no plastic sticking out of them, just like so. You can use a sandpaper or whatever else, but it's pretty much easy to get out with your fingers. Okay. I'm going to do one more in the middle. Okay. Take the lid off. Dump it out. So it'll look like you got some holes right here. Okay. And I'm going to put some more in here because we need the worms to work their way in. Okay, and then we're going to go around the perimeter of this jug, okay? And then when I get done doing that, I'll show you what we do next. Good old grass clippings. Been sitting here for almost a year. My neighbor was cutting our yard, and I was just telling them to keep piling this stuff up. I don't have no chemicals on it or anything like that. And over time, it has rained, it has snowed, it has done all those things on this pile of grass clippings. And it is full of worms because the worms don't work their way at the bottom. As you can see, I had my temperature gauge in there, and it is hot, it's smoking, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a sec. But they are working their way in there, and it's just beautiful nitrogen, and that's what's going to help break down things over time for you. So I'm going to break up in here so you can see it actually smoking. Do you see that? It's because it's good and hot. It's breaking down, and as it breaks down, it will look similar to that, and that's what I'm using to put in my little container in the garden. The next thing is good old compost soil. This was wood chips, leaves, sticks, wood, leaves, I think I said that already, sticks, chicken poo, all that. Over time, it has broke down. I have made this for the past 3 years, and I'm just steady getting it, and I'm steady making it. So this is nothing but good compost, rich soil. If you look back on some of the videos that I have, you'll see that these leaves, after I was sitting here layering it with food, I showed you scraps and everything. I did that in all my beds, all of them. I just came and I dumped and buried compost over the year, okay? I just did that all year long, okay? And it will break down, so you're gonna need some leaves as well, okay? Sticks and all that good stuff while we do this project that I'm getting ready to show you. Scraps from the indoors. You're gonna need a lot of that. You're gonna need a lot of scraps. Water. You need a good source of water. This is rainwater, and there's nothing like having your vegetables get rainwater. Now, over time, I've been doing this, okay, y'all, for a good 3 years. I haven't had to buy any kind of type of soil at all in the 3 years. Now, prior to this, before I knew anything about this, yes, I was getting some soil, and I had to do more studies, and that's what you're going to have to do too. But if you're watching this, this is a way you can do it, and it's free and it's effective. It really, really is. So I'm going to quit talking and I'm going to show you each step. Like I said, each step, if you do this, it will be efficient. It really, really will. So I'm going to show you right now. Okay, put some gloves on and we're going to get busy. Now what you're going to do is take your jug. I'm going to set mine over here, somewhere about right here, okay? If you can see this. And that's my little outline, because I'm going to dig me a hole there. And the reason why I'm digging me a hole, because we're going to have worms going in those holes. Y'all remember this? I see all the worms already. And be careful when you're using your shovel. I'm not really just digging. I'm just kind of moving this leaves back some. So that way I can get an outline of what my compost is going to be building from. Okay? Now, I'm going to take that and I'm going to just go ahead and go in. Okay? And you want a big enough hole. Just be careful when you're digging, because you don't want to kill none of your worms by stabbing them to death. But you want to make a big enough hole. And all I'm doing is scrubbing, like on the side, kind of like pulling up instead of digging. And just move some back. And we're going to make a big enough hole where your container is going to sit down off in there. Okay, move this out of the way. And over time, like I said, you see this rich soil? That's from leaves, that's from tree branches, bark, sticks, and all that compost from my chickens. All of that is over the winter. And that's what it has broke down over time. Okay? Within October to now. It's now in March. Okay? That's what that looks like. And it's beautiful. And I see all kind of worms in here. So I know that they've been breaking down everything inside here. And that's what you want. But you want to have some good rich soil, some more rich soil in here as well. So you want a big enough hole. See, I got worms in here. I don't know if you can see it. Do you see the worm? You want, and I got a whole bunch of them. They're ready too. They're all in here. They're real big. Okay. But you want a big enough hole because you want to bury your container. So now it's about right here. Okay? Just big enough. And let's take the lid off. And we're going to backfill our container. Okay? We're going to go back and put all the soil back around this container. Back around it. Okay? We're going to put it right back around there. Just like so. Okay? Because them worms are going to work their way on up. Okay? And you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay? That was step number 2. Okay? Now we're going to go into step number 3. Step number 3 is this bucket right here. I've had in the house with my lid, and it's got scraps in it. What I mean by scraps, okay? What I mean by scraps is you're gonna need all your eggshells crunched up in there. You want banana peelings. You want vegetables, and you want you want all those type of scraps. You don't want to put no dairy in there. You do not want to put no cheese like that. You don't want to put that in there. You just want scraps that you've been cutting up to do with your food. You don't want no meat in there. You don't want none of that in there, okay? You can use paper. You can use toilet paper. You can use toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls. You can use those, okay? And I'm going to keep showing you what you're going to use, okay? So now that we got this down in the ground, I'm going to put some of these scraps in here. And I also have coffee rinds and stuff because I like coffee. You can take that paper that's in there, your filter, and you can throw that in there too. And I'm just building me some compost, okay? So you're going to take that and you're going to put some of this in the jug because them worms are going to break that down for you. Okay, they're going to break it down for you. So you're going to put that in there. Okay, I got banana peelings in here. I got a little bit of everything in here, y'all. We're going to fill this up. Okay. You see it? Okay, you want to put that in there. Okay. Don't fill it up to the top yet. Don't fill it up to the top yet. I'm going to make it break down a little faster. Now, y'all know, I'm going to show you. You want to put a little bit of earth in there. That's that compost that was broken down that I showed you earlier that was in these beds. This is good and ready to start planting stuff in. But you want to put a little bit of that soil in there. Okay? You want to put a little bit of that in there. Okay? And this has worms in it as well. Okay? You want to put a little bit of that in there. The next thing you want to put in there, I usually put some nitrogen in there. That's going to make it kick it up a notch. Now, y'all seen grass clippings. You can use that. That's nitrogen. That's going to break things down too. Okay? It's going to help it break things down. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to put that in there. Just like that. Okay? Now, this is going to be like a lasagna effect, okay? Now we're going to put some more scraps in here. Tomato, all that good stuff is in here. Toilet paper roll, that's in here. That's in here. Okay? I'm gonna stick that on in here. Okay? Eggshells, all that is in here. Okay, you're gonna put some more in here. Okay, put the top back on that. Now you see these leaves? Just stick some of these leaves up there on top of it. And some of these little sticks. Break them up a little bit, put them in there. Okay? Okay? Now, did you see how I layered all that stuff, y'all? Now, one thing that we're going to need, and Mother Nature does it for you. It will rain inside these holes, but you want to get a good boost to it. So you're going to need some water. And you're going to just pour your little water over it, just enough to get it wet. Just to get the top wet. That's it. Okay? Just enough. You don't want it saturating like that. Okay? And then, after you do all that, now you're going to stick this on top. You got air holes in here. You got air holes on the bottom. Them worms are going to work their way up to this. And all you have to do is continue on checking on it and keep adding scraps to it. And I'm going to do all my beds like this, just so I can have some good, rich soil that looks just like this. And you'll have it just like that inside here. Them worms are going to work their way on up, and they're going to break this stuff down. And you're going to have some rich soil, and it's going to go through your whole entire bed because the worms are going to come up and they're going to start breaking things down. And I'm going to have probably more than one container like this inside each bed. But, yep, that's another way in doing your compost in your beds. You could do them in your beds. You can do them in your containers. You could do them in your grow bags. Just set it right in the middle. You don't have to have something this big in your grow bags. You could have you a bottle, like a Sprite bottle or a Gatorade bottle, and make some holes in it, like I did here, and have you a couple holes or one or two holes in the top as well, and then just set it inside the soil and start filling your jar up, and that way you can have fresh compost. You do this, I guarantee you will have some fresh soil. So in the meantime, I will keep you updated on how this turns out, and it shouldn't take long for it to break down. Spring is right around the corner, y'all, and the temperature is beautiful out here. It's going to reach close to the 70s, and the rest of this week is going to be in the 70s. Okay, so there you have it, y'all. I got compost everywhere that I'm building around this yard, everywhere. I've been doing this for the past 3 years. It has not let me down, and I hope you do the same, so that way you can do this for free, okay? Free, with just resources that God gave you around your whole yard, okay? You don't have to go buy out all that soil unless you have to, unless you want to. But this is the organic way. This is the way I've been doing it, and I hope you can try it out and do it yourself. You'll see the works, y'all. You will see the works. You will see the works, okay? So please give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And y'all, have yourself a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.